For today's video, I'm going to be playing through the World Baseball Classic Mini Season. I'm actually really excited to see how this is all going to play out, to see whether or not that me and my team have what it takes to be able to win the World Baseball Classic in itself. For my team, though, as you might be able to tell, I'm going to be using all World Baseball Classic cards that you can get in the game itself. I wanted to bare minimum use all of the 4 major cards that you get from each of the programs. So we do have the Nolan Arenado, we have the Didi Gregorius, we have the Bryce Harper, and we have the Hyun-Min On. So I wanted to get all 4 of them in here. So we're going to have every single slot taken up by some World Baseball Classic card. A majority of them do come from the programs, but just to... I see you down there. So, as you can see, all the cards, like I said, are going to be coming from the programs, the XP reward path, the showdown, wherever they are plastered, the collections. I think I have like 1 or 2 collection cards, like the Christopher Sanchez, and I think the Adam Ottavino both come from collections. And yeah, we're going to use this team. We're going to see whether or not I will be able to win the World Baseball Classic. Everything's going to be played on All-Star, just because it's my first time experiencing it. We'll see how it all is. Maybe down the line, we'll do it again. Maybe like on a Hall of Fame, a legend, a GOAT, who knows? But to start it up, I want to do it on All-Star. Try with all World Baseball Classic cards. So let's get into choosing who we're going to replace. All right, so as the first time that we're going to be doing this, I think that the thing that I want to do is to replace the worst team that was in the actual thing itself. And what seems to be the worst one also overall rating here. I'm going to replace Brazil with my own team. And then we'll see if we can best Pool B and then win it all. So let's replace Brazil. Because I don't want to replace one of the juggernauts. I want to face off against one of the juggernauts. And you know, hey, you know what? I guess we're going to face off against one of the juggernauts right away. Because I think they haven't lost a single fucking game yet in Italy. So let's get into it and let's go and see if we can win game 1. All right, World Baseball Classic time. We are here in Houston and Daikin Park. Time to take on Italy and see if we can win game 1. Also, I don't want to use a normal MLB uniform or a WBC uniform. So I was like, you know what? I've done some normal mini seasons. Let me pop on one of those uniforms until I actually make my own. So that's what I did. Nice thing about pitching to the AI is that you could just go really quickly. Don't really got to think about things. You just kind of go. And just so long as you don't make a mistake, you're fine. You know, that's all you need to make sure that you don't do. And thank the heavens that none of these games are being played in Toronto. I don't need any bullshit home runs that are hitting the fucking dugout fence. All right, Bazana. Or is it Bazana? I always don't know exactly what is the correct way to say your name. I feel like I've said both of them so many times, and I just genuinely don't know. Well, I flew that shit right out to left. However, Bazano probably will be the first guy that I do get to parallel 5. He has been like butter for me, especially in like the offline grind stuff. His swing just works so well, and you also encompass the speed and everything into it. Playing really good, solid second base. I'm very happy with him. You were the card that everybody was hyping up as we were getting ready to get into playing the game ourselves. Or the Seabrev hit, what they say, like 11 or 12 home runs in that tournament. You've been doing very good for me so far. So let's park something into the right field seats. What do we say about that? That sound good to you? Ooh. No, but if I had pulled or pushed, it probably would be gone. Okay. Good start. Good first inning, man. Good, great, awesome. Yep, doing good, doing great, awesome. So I gotta say that actually experiencing and watching the WBC this year has been an absolute blast. But between like Team Italy just going on a fucking glory run so far, as of today, their semifinals is tomorrow. So I just got finished watching the USA and Dominican Republic game, and that was an absolutely fantastic game. It was a pitcher's duel, but everything just felt so intense throughout the whole damn thing. What do you mean I've been disconnected? Game, what are we on? Okay, well, you know, I think I prefer the start of the other one. I guess the game was just like, you know what? Fuck you anyway. Fuck you, we don't want you to play it right. Fuck you, we're gonna kick you out. Fuck you, have a home run. Alright, alright. I see how it is, game. I see how it is. Schwarber, there we go. That's the deposit in the right field seats that I needed. On to right, that's gonna get caught. Alright, well, the first game, the first inning, nobody scored. The second time that we tried this, we both scored. So in the world, everything is as it should be. However, I do need to throw some goddamn strikes. That would help. Yeah, Fisher. 727. How you doing that when the tournament just started? Good lord, my guy. I'm assuming it's using like my stats that I've used for him for like the offline stuff. But holy shit. That or Andrew Fisher is just that fucking goated. That could be the possibility. He's just that fucking good. And you know what? I gotta respect the guy who's just that fucking good. You can't really get upset with a guy like that. Papa. That's to center. That should do it. That should be gone. There we go. Mr. Bryce Harper hasn't really done too much in the normal WBC, but here got us on the board and got us the lead on the board. You're a fucking moron, Connor. Oh, Arenado. That's gone. So yeah, actually going back to talk about the whole WBC stuff that's been going on now that the game seems to have stabilized and actually wants me to play the damn game. Yeah, like I said before, I do think that the way that the USA and Dominican Republic game ended was fucking horrible. I'm happy that the USA is advancing. However, at the same time, I can sit here and say that I would have rather them won on not a bullshit call that completely could have changed the outcome of the game. Perdomo should have walked, and it should have gotten to Fernando, but I guess the umpire just wanted an early night. And that is a reason why I'm kind of glad that ABS is coming into actual baseball, because that can actually have some meaningful things depending on, you know, if people have and use the challenges at the right points in time. But yeah, I would say probably the biggest thing so far, and we're gonna see how that fully translates, is the fact that Venezuela, oh my god, I almost said Valenzuela. Venezuela basically upset Japan. I think a lot of people probably coming into the tournament was like, Japan will probably make it to semis or the finals at the bare minimum. So kudos to Venezuela for absolutely taking down one of the juggernauts. I didn't realize Venezuela had as good as a team as it did. You know, because people were talking all about like DR and USA and Japan and how Puerto Rico got snubbed because of like the insurance stuff with Lindor and Correa, and then Javi Baez not being able to get into it. Venezuela's team's pretty fucking good. And it'll be interesting to see which of the two between Venezuela and Italy actually will move on to the finals. I think both of the scenarios would make for very good TV per se, you know? A rematch between USA and Italy, where Italy took down the USA and is the only team that I think has beaten USA in the tournament, or Venezuela, who basically, like Dominican Republic, just fucking everybody is all hyped over there. Everyone's all fucking pumped over there all the time, 24/7. So either of them, I'd be down to experience. I love Japan, but I think in the end, their reign can come to an end for now. They've been dominating, just fucking, it feels like nonstop for a while. So to have somebody else at the top will feel nice. I want my USA to win, but honestly, I think the coolest thing that could come out of this tournament is if Team Italy won it. If Team Italy won it, I think that would be the coolest fucking thing, because they were not hyped up for anything coming into this, and they have just absolutely shoved. Anyway, speaking of Team Italy, we just took them down in game number 1. Let's go to game number 2. All right, game number 2 is going to be my team up against, there we go, Team Mexico, who, oh my god, I feel like something really, really bad happened, but why can't I remember exactly what happened? I don't know, I feel like their team got snubbed in some way, but my brain, for some reason, just can't remember how or why. Anyway, we're going to do this, we're going to win, and we're going to have more fun along the way. Bazani, you're just going to steal. I'll be patient. I know you're going to get in there. Catch or pop time hasn't been like the sexiest thing so far in the game, so it is kind of a little easier to get some stolen bases early on against specific catchers. And honestly, right now is probably the best time to try to get some stolen bases if you want like some slower players to get them for the mod stuff. So I've had as slow as like 30, 35 speed, just absolutely walk in there as if nothing, like they were not challenged in it at all. So now's the time. I will say though, speaking of the mod stuff, I've been putting them on a good amount of my fuck, Jesus Christ, Connor, you're so fucking stupid, I swear to God. Prestige 3 players, there you go. Ooh, just under it. But yeah, I've been putting them on my Prestige 3 players, and it's been fun seeing like what different combinations I can use for like different players, and seeing what might be the best like possible thing for a player. And I think it's gonna be awesome when I get to do that for parallel, not Prestige, parallel, you fucking moron. Parallel 5 players as well. Prestige. My brain's back in MLB The Show 20. We had the Prestige players. I gotta catch up to these past 6 years, apparently. Just in general. Not even in the game, just in general. Arenado making it 4-0. Absolutely hammered. Ooh, Didi. Sir Didi. I'm so happy to have a Didi card again in MLB The Show. I've always enjoyed using Didi, even if at times I do kind of suck with him, especially online. I love Didi. I loved watching him as a Yankee. I know like his first season wasn't like quote unquote the best, but once he got used to New York and once he got into that second season, that's when he started to really come into his own in New York. And for somebody coming in to take over after Derek Jeter, I think he did a fine job doing so. All right, maybe I should have put this on like Hall of Fame or something because, oh my God. I didn't realize that I was going to do as well as I'm currently doing. I'm like, you know, I'm not like the most in tune for all-star stuff. I'm fine in it. I'm okay in it. I'm good enough in it. I think I saw somebody do like a game of this, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty good at the game, and they did all-star, and they even had some complications getting a whole lot of runs at that points, but still, I didn't expect it to be like that. James Paxton on the mound. Again, another player who I'm kind of excited to use again this year. Even if only for a little bit, because I doubt... Something that I'm curious to see when we do get to the point of later on in the year, when we get to like the red diamonds fully coming into it, and obviously getting to the 99s and whatnot, is the WBC content that we're getting right now going to be the only WBC content, and or are the players that we're getting through the WBC content, is this the only time that they're going to be getting decent, I guess, cards? Cause, I mean, say what you want, but damn Randy, but say what you want, having a who's specifically in here that isn't on a roster of sorts, like a Didi or a James Paxton, it would be nice to get like a red diamond version of those players. Who else is on my team? Hold on. Or a Hyunmin On, or a I know I have somebody else on my bench that I can't remember their name of. But like, I don't know if they're going to specifically give us the possibility of getting better versions, or maybe like upgrading the versions of cards that we have, or something along those lines. Well, it would be nice to be able to get some better versions of some of these players down the line, but who knows? For all I know, they only have like rights to do it for like during the tournament, and then once the actual baseball season starts, like they lose the ability to like make the cards out of them or some shit like that. Would that surprise me? No. Would it be nice if we could get, you know, better versions down the line? Yes. Would we though? Probably not. Well, who knows? For all we know, they could have some stuff up their sleeves. I think it'd be pretty cool to get like retro WBC stuff, if that is even a possibility. Because like, we have Adam Jones in here. Imagine a sick 2017 Adam Jones WBC card. That'd be fucking awesome. But again, for all I know, they literally may not be able to do that legally through the whole WBC stuff and the copyright stuff and the legalities of things and whatnot. Which is why I will sit here and I will say and I will agree that it would have been nice to be able to have a WBC mode outside of Diamond Dynasty, where you can play through it in franchise or in Road to the Show, or be able to just normally play the tournament as like its own separate mode outside of the online stuff. I would have to assume that the reason that they didn't do it is because of the legality stuff and what amount of rights they hold to be able to have it in the game. Because it totally could come down to, we're going to hit January 1st again of 2027, and then the ability to get all of the cards again will go away like it did in 2023. That is a total possibility. But in the same regard, even if it was something where we could use the actual teams in an offline mode and they still had to take it out potentially on January 1st, I think people still would have been okay with that. They probably people would still be upset, of course. And I get why people would be upset, but I think people would have been more fine and more excited for the WBC content stuff if there was still that ability to do it, even until the point where they may have had to take it out of the game. But c'est la vie. It is what it is, and we got what we got. Doesn't make it any less disappointing, but it just would have been nice to be able to play as the different teams. Because, let's be real, aside from probably a few, like maybe Dominican Republic, maybe Puerto Rico, maybe Venezuela, definitely the US. I'd want to say maybe Japan, but I feel like probably not. Aside from very few teams out of everything, you're not going to be able to put together a full lineup of all the players. It would be nice if throughout the year they did give us all 500 or so players that did, you know, come into it, but I don't see that happening. So we kind of just have what we have, or what we're going to get, and we're just not going to be able to really construct the teams other than doing something like this, where I just use all the players that come from the programs and everything, or just in general construct basically the USA and maybe 1 or 2 or 3 other teams through the different cards that show up and through what we have in the game as it is. But yeah, just would have been nice to have something like that. All right, well, we're up 8-1. I'm kind of just swinging now to get, you know, it all over. Don't want to run up everything too much, you know. Don't want to go too wild over here. But if I get my hits, I'm going to take my hits. I won't complain over that. All right, for the funsies of it, you're going to go to third. You're going to take third, steal it. I would assume that, basically depending on how well I do with him in this, I could totally see my Bazana go to a parallel 5. Definitely before the tournament is over, but also potentially before we even hit the semifinals, or the why can't I think of what comes before that? Quarterfinals. Who do we want to use here? Let's bring in Rydell. Man throws 101? Good lord. I really haven't used him much. I didn't realize the man throws 101. Once I get in ranked and actually start getting into like All-Star or potentially Hall of Fame and Legend and whatnot, 101 plays, I'm sure. Especially if you can mix it in well enough. However, if these bitches are just gonna be bitches and just foul off everything, you gonna foul this all too? No, you're just gonna take that one. Alright, probably Slider will finally get you to swing and miss. I would say as I lie to my face. Just, oh my god. Hello? Sir? Joey Ortiz? Thank you. At least put it between the damn lines. Team Mexico don't want to go down. They're just going to swing and hit literally everything I'm throwing. Which, hey, respect to it. Yeah. Oh, my lord. Fouled away. And let's go to game 3. That's an 8-1 victory, and I believe the next team that we're going to be going up against is Team USA. All right, is the matchup that I have been waiting for to play through. My team versus Team USA. Got Tarek Skubal on the mound. I'm ready for you, Tarek. I got some of your guys on my team. I probably got a decent amount of your guys on my... Actually, no. Because Bazana's Australia... Who do I have? Harper? I don't know if I have Tarek in the rotation. Actually, I probably have less people from Team USA than I thought. So, fair enough. I'll shut up. Ooh, Chorio. That's going to be a gap shot. Now, if that wasn't Judge out there, I would consider going to third. But as I and probably more people have learned and started to remember, don't run on Judge's arm. Because I think some people probably were like, you know what? Judge had the arm issues last year. Maybe we can sneak an extra base or two on him. That arm is healed. That arm is good to go. That arm is ready. And he has had some good defensive plays to start out the year in the WBC. So I'm excited for another year of Aaron Judge. That's a base hit. Chorio's going to score. This is the one time I will test Judge's arm because I know there is not a shot he's going to get me out there. But yeah, question for everyone that's watching the video. What are your thoughts about the WBC this year? Who are you rooting for? Who are you most excited to see potentially win of the remaining teams? Obviously, by the time this is uploaded, I think it probably will be down to 2 teams. It'll probably be down to USA and then whoever wins the Venezuela-Italy game. But of them, who are you more or less rooting for, I would guess or say? Or are you somebody who's just like, your team is out and you kind of don't give a shit? What happens, happens, you know? Maybe you're one of those. Which, fair enough. But I'm obviously rooting for USA, but at the same time, like I said before, I think the coolest one would definitely be Italy. Just in the sense of, I don't think anybody saw. I don't think anybody saw them making it out of the first round of the brackets. I feel like if you ask 90 to 95% of the people, they probably would have said USA is making it out and then Mexico is making it out. Also, right, there's the cards that I can earn from doing this as well. I think we get the Bobby Witt, we get Alex Bregman, and 2 others. I don't remember who they are, but I know their overalls, because I think the Bobby Witt's an 85. I believe the Bregman is an 88, which is the final one. But so I know they're 86 and 87. I don't remember who they are, though, off the top of my head. Because I know Terang is from the events. Harper's from the program. Judge I got from the early game stuff. I think Buxton was a goal, so I don't think it's him. Scooble I've already gotten. Also, nice error. Good job. I appreciate you just kind of allowing me on the bases. Ground ball, base hit. All right, we're going to run. If I get thrown out, I get thrown out. I'm safe. Lifted. But we're going to run. We're up 5-0. I'm not really sitting here contemplating for runs. If I get thrown out at this point, I'll get thrown out. I think my pitching is good enough to hold down the teams. So, in this scenario, I'll be a little aggressive. I'll have a little bit of fun. I'll be a little stupid. Because what's the point of fun if you're not, you know, doing a couple stupid things, just swinging at literally everything, like I am now. Gotta have that fun with things. And sometimes, when you're just swinging at everything, you'll hit another home run. Alrighty. Bottom third. Let's get this done. Let's get the W. Let's get out of here. Because then by the time the next time I do it, I probably will have better cards as well and whatnot. Something that I do hope that I don't know if they're going to do. Because this also comes back to like the whole making certain things better and whatnot and cards better. But it would be nice if they brought in like better versions of like these players down the line into this mode instead of just having it stick at like these specific versions for the whole thing. That'd be nice. But knowing SCS, it probably will just kind of stay as it is, and it will just be that for the most part. Anyway, that's game. On to game number 4. Going to Great Britain. All right, game number 4. Facing off against Great Britain. 59 overall. I feel so sorry for you, Tyler. This is not going to end in a great way for you. That, however, might be caught. That is depressing. That is sad. 105, almost damn near perfect launch angle. And it did not leave. Look, in order to hit a home run here at center field, all you need to do is have 150 power and, you know, just fucking be good at the game, man. That's all I gotta do. You know, I'm gonna sit here and say that, man, this is gonna suck for you. However, it would be honestly poetic in its own right if Tyler Visa was the one to just absolutely wreck my shit and then get me fucking out fully in the first inning. I can't wait for Great Britain to be like the one team that just absolutely wrecks my shit somehow, some way. Okay, let's actually get some hits, get some runs against the 59 overall pitcher. Please. The 59 overall pitcher cannot be the one pitcher that I lose to here. It just cannot. Arenado. That might do something. It's not going to center field. Okay. You know what? I shit talked him. Maybe Tyler Visa is just literally the best pitcher of the game. I can't knock it until I potentially used him. Is he in like the free agent pool that I can maybe like pull him out of a pack or like go buy him off the fucking market or something? I might need to use him in like my next game or something, because Jesus Christ. The man, oh no, of course it's Trace Thompson. Of course he's the one to get the first hit. The man just knows the right time to just absolutely show up and shove. Oh my God. Throw it home, get him out. Oh my God, they're gonna score. They're gonna fucking score. I'm gonna lose to Great Britain, oh my God, shut up. Sinker, down away, get him swinging over it. All right. If I don't score a fucking run, that's gonna be sad. All right, who'd you just bring in? Tristan Beck. 4-seam, sweeper, slider, 4-seam and curves. Four-seam and curves, as I was saying. Yep. Oh my fucking God. I'm about to be perfected game by Great fucking Britain, because I'm just now being over on everything. Take the first fucking pitch, you dumbass. Get down. Get down. I just fucking got perfected game by Great Britain. Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, I got Carella, which means I made it in. Let's go. Hell yeah. Best pitcher. 57 overall. Yo, show me his stats. Yo, look at these guys. Young Chan Yu and Eric Mendez. Show me their stats. I want to see what their ERAs are. I want to see just how like fucking sick they were. You can do that, right? The Wacky Awards. The Meatball Chef. The Vacuum Cleaner and Sticky Fingers. Ooh, ERA. They're not here. You lied to me. They don't have a 0 ERA. I can't believe you fucking lied to me. Unfucking believable. I can't believe they lied to me like this. Hello? You wanna work, please? Thank you. Alright, cool. Alright, I'm going up against Puerto Rico. Wow, Great Britain beat out. Damn, US. What the fuck happened to you? Czech Republic is in here too? Damn. Damn. Alright. Alright, we got some fucking teams here. Alright, let's do this. First in Puerto Rico. Let's see if we don't do what we did against Great Britain. That's gonna be the thing that sticks with me, is that I got fucking perfected game by them. It's not even that I just lost to them. I didn't get a single hit. I didn't get a single base runner. Granted, I was being overly aggressive. But still, I couldn't line a goddamn thing up to save my life. My perfect inning. My 9 strikes and 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. My immaculate. I need my immaculate. Is this the no Eduardo Rivera? Alright, Chorio. It is win or go home. It is the time to win. It is not time to go home. There we go. Jackson Chorio. Blast that shit off the wall. Alright, something low. That is not low, and I went chasing. Maybe he'll drop it. No. Good old Eddie. Doesn't he have... Isn't he like one of the... Not World Series awards, like right before? Yeah. He's the championship awards. Because it's him and Logan Webb for that, and then it's Kershaw and Perdomo. Lifted, and that should be an easy 3rd out. All right. Maybe get an insurance run or 2, and then we got 3 more outs to go to move on to the semis. That's not your pitch, Harper. That is not your pitch at all. Throw me that splitter. I am ready. I am prepped for it. That is what you are known for, Cruz. So throw it to me. I'm ready for it. And I'm going to smack it out to the right center field stands about 415 feet away. Or not. All right, cool. Just going to walk me instead. Did not want to throw me that splitter at all. I think he threw like the first pitch of that at-bat and then did not throw it again. Arenado, that's a base hit. We're going to hold him. I don't know if they have Eddie in left or right, but if that is Eddie in left, he's got a fucking cannon usually, so I don't want to test that. There we go. There's the insurance I needed. All right, Randy, we've got our runs. Now we can be a little reckless, just kind of swinging at everything, having fun with it. I've gotten enough runs where I feel definitely more comfortable in being able to pitch in the next inning. So... have at it. Do your stuff. Swing at everything. I don't give a shit anymore. I done what I needed to do. We will be good to move on to the semis. The question will become, who will we face in the semis? That will be the fun. Because I think it's Japan and Dominican Republic. So either way, we're facing off against somebody pretty fucking good. I'm interested to see what the semis of the other side is going to look like. Because I think it would be really interesting if it ended up being Czechia and Great Britain. I want to face off against Great Britain again. I want my revenge. But Czechia and Great Britain would be my preferred to see which one of those two actually makes it to the finals. And see you later, Rivera. All right, Brian Torres, Steerack 1, Steerack 2, and let's end it off. On to the semis against either Team Japan or Team Dominican Republic, if I remember correctly. Czechia did make it, but they're going to face off against Cuba. I think it would be awesome if the finals here was against Czechia, because you know what? After facing off against Great Britain, who knows? Czechia might fuck my shit up. But we're going to be facing off against Dominican Republic. All right. In Miami against the Dominican Republic. Let's do this. This will be another big battle. However, I was able to deal with the USA not too bad. So who knows? Maybe it'll be similar, or maybe they'll be like they were for 90% of the actual IRL tournament where they just kicked fucking ass. Strike 3. Line, that's a base hit for Cattell. Yeah, if anybody was gonna do something, Cattell is Cattell. Strike two. All right. Let's bear down. Hit that sinker in the perfect spot. God damn it, Blue. That's a strike. Don't lie to me, but you know what? I'll take the double play instead. You know what? Maybe the Blue was helping me out in regards of that. Lozano, that's back up the middle. Way to get it started. Lozano's on, and hey, we're going to steal. There you go. I'll take it, and I'll get into scoring. Chorio, ooh, right to Machado. He bobbled it, but I think we'll be safe. Let's smack some shit. When I said smack some shit, I didn't mean directly into the ground. That was not specifically what I was trying to get on in that regard. Oh, shit. Yeah, he kind of had a really good WBC in general, so yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. That common era would just absolutely smack dong. Ooh, Harper blocked it. Come on, get it over there, get over there, get over there. Damn it. Hey. Slider, down away. There we go. All right, score some runs. At least one. Harper, that's gonna be a base hit. That's gonna split them. You're gonna go for two. Because I know something that people have definitely been dealing with is that certain players, if they are like slower than, I don't know what, Arenado, that shit is gone. Absolutely blasted. I know that some people have been dealing with it in the game, especially I've dealt with myself, where if your batter is under a certain amount of speed, I don't know the exact amount, I feel like people said 50, where they will come out of the box a lot slower than they probably should be coming out of the box. So that's something that's totally fun to deal with. Damn, you're trying to hit Didi. What did Didi do to you? Yeah, Didi, let's go. Smack that shit to right. Camilo out here trying to take away Didi's kneecaps. Didi did nothing wrong. Didi didn't deserve you aiming at his goddamn legs like that. Fair enough. Fair enough. We're going, go, 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 go. Get in there. Swing and a miss, and let's get him out right here. All right, Cattell, we're gonna go fastball up and in to start him off. Then we're gonna go cutter up and away. And then we will finish it off with the sweeper on the outside corner.
Oh, that's just out.
No, that is not just out. That is hitting the damn thing, and you just want to be a bitch. Anyway, at ball game, on to the finals, and we'll see who it is that I'll be facing off. Will it be Team Cuba, or will it be the Czech Republic? All right, it is the finals, and Czechia made it into it. I'm so excited to take them on, because I have a feeling that it is either going to be a fucking storm for me, and I'm going to literally fuck their lives over, or they're gonna make me cry like a bitch, and they're gonna kick my ass, and maybe even perfect game me like Great Britain did. I feel like it will be nothing in between. Beautiful pitch. There we go, Yamamoto. Great first inning. All right, what do we got? Oh, wait, isn't this... Oh, Satoria, who throws so slow. All right, gotta be ready for the very slow pitches. I wonder how he is, like, using him online and stuff. I wonder if people are able to, like, hit off of him easy enough, or if his speed differential between literally everyone else is such that much of a difference that it does actually genuinely make him hard to hit. Especially that circle change and the curveball. The curveball's even slower than that. Oh my god. Oh, good lord. Oh, there's the curve. Ground ball. Oh my god, of course. Of course you were just positioned. Hey, yo. Yo, look at my man. Muzik. I never realized that this man is fucking... He's got some meat to him up there. Cutter away. Beautiful. And then the curveball. Down on the knees, out the corner. Oh. That was perfectly placed, too. All right, will you hit the fastball up and in? No, you will not. Harper, fuck, right to the second baseman. Get Satorio out of here. Give me somebody else. He throws too slow. Oh, too early. Arenado down the line. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to be two. He missed the ball. All right, Nolan's in scoring position. All right, Lucas, what do you got? Slow as shit, too. All right. Understood. I'm ready. Just under it. Just fucking under it. Fouled away. All right, cutter. Bottom inside corner. Rounded to third. Easy play for Arenado. All right, one out to go.
Nope.
And then we'll try to walk it off. You know what a walk off to win the World Baseball Classic? Is there any other better way to win the World Baseball Classic other than walking it off? So let's do that. Let's walk it off against Michael Kovala. Ooh, he's actually got some speed on him. Or McCall. Is it Michael or McCall? There we go, Randy! Walk it off! That's what we need. We need a guy who actually throws a normal speed for the game and not throwing 75-mile-an-hour fastballs. The absolute perfect way to end off the World Baseball Classic with a walk-off absolute moonshot. Hoist that trophy, boys. You deserved it.